Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Nikki here. So today I'm going to make this intro super fast because I can already see me sweating around this area. I wanted to try a freckle skin, fresh, what am I trying to say? Natural-esque skin with blushy cheeks, sun-kissed kind of vibes, bushy brows, natural lashes, and a matte, very kind of like tinted lip. Nothing too crazy. I really wanted to try this look just because every time that I've tried freckles, I've miserably failed and it just hasn't looked good. I actually like the way that this has turned out. Let me know your thoughts down below. But if you want to see how I create this fresh freckle face, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so I'm going to start off just with a bare skin and we're going to apply Tatcha's Dewy Skin Cream. I love this stuff. I'm going to pop this all over the face and I pop a little bit on the neck, and look how it makes my skin just glow. It's stunning. I'm going to pop on a little bit of my Too Faced lip injection as well, and then I'm running out of my MAC Face and Body. You guys know that I love it. I'm going to apply this onto a Smashbox brush and then I'm going to apply this all over the skin. I've been applying my face and body like this recently and I quite like it. It doesn't leave any streaks. I feel like the Beauty Blender soaks it up, like soaks up product a little bit, so this keeps it on the brush and then you can buff it into the skin, which is really nice. And face and body, I'm sorry guys, but it's just my favorite at the moment. It's just super natural looking and I love the glow, and I'm looking for that natural glow today. So after I've done that, I'm going to pop on a Benefit's Boing Concealer in the shade number 9. I feel like this is the perfect shade for me because it isn't my skin tone as such. It's the same tone, but it's a little bit more orangey, so it's really going to help counteract that kind of dark pigmentation that I have going on around my mouth area and then also my under eyes. And the coverage on this bad boy is insane. It's a little product, you don't need a lot, but a little bit goes a long way. You can see how full coverage it is, and I like to apply this concealer, like the excess bit, onto my eyelids to get rid of that darkness as well. You can apply more concealer if you need to, but I'm happy with this much, especially because I'm going to go in with highlighting on top of this. And for highlighting, oh, I just dropped my palettes. I am going to be using the Sleek contour palettes in medium and dark, I believe, but I'll leave everything down below. In the lighter palette, I'm going to take the lighter colours, the yellow and the peach, mix them together, and then I'm going to pop these on all the high points and blend them out. Now, I've been loving using a cream as a highlighter as opposed to a liquid because it's lighter, so you can control it, you can really buff it into the skin, and it's just that little bit lighter than using a liquid, which is what I usually do, but it can get a little bit thick underneath my eyes especially. So then once I've done the highlighting, I'm going to then contour, bronze more so, and I'm going to take the colour that I obviously love, that I've hit pan on, and it's this kind of reddish, orangey-ish, warm undertone, and I'm going to take it onto my MAC stippling brush. I think this is like a smaller version of a 187, I believe, or a 187, I'm not too sure, but this is really, really natural. So I'm going to pop it on all the outskirts of the face. I'm going to pop it on the cheekbones, the jawline, the temple areas, and just keep building this up. This product's really, really lightweight, which I like because then you can build it up very, very slowly and you're not left with like a thick patch that you need to blend it out. I'm also going to take a little bit of this down the sides of my nose because I feel like when I bronze everywhere on the outskirts, I need a little bit of bronze in the center. It just helps bring the whole look together. I'm doing this with an angled, it's an eyeshadow brush, but like a fluffy angled eyeshadow brush, and you can see that my base is looking super natural, I feel, but very polished at the same time. And then I like to just go over with a beauty blender just to blend everything out. I'm going to take two cream blushes now. One's a Stila, one's a Lime Crime. I'm going to mix them together, and I wanted this to be rosy. Usually I go for more of a peachy blush, but I wanted this to be rosy for this freckle fresh face look. I think it kind of goes with that vibe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it on the apples of my cheeks and then also pop some on the bridge of the nose. This is going to look a little bit more kind of like, I want to say sunburn, but more sun-kissed, sunburnt, that kind of vibe. Like you've been laying in the sun for a little bit too long and it's kind of got to your nose. And I feel like that's when the freckles will come out the most. So it's going to make sense with this makeup look. I also just go over with my damp beauty blender again just to tone that down. And then taking a little bit of the NARS translucent powder. I love this powder. I'm going to take this on a big fluffy brush and just dab this all over the face. By doing this, I'm not going to look super, super matte because I'm not baking, but I'm still setting everything in place. So when you look at my skin, you can still see that it looks fairly satin. The high points of my face are still kind of dewy looking, and that's what I'm going for. Then we're going to take a big fluffy brush and apply MAC's Give Me Sun bronzer. This bronzer I love, and I like doing it this way on like such a huge powder brush, just because it looks a lot more airbrushed and it doesn't look so like contoury or harsh. For brows, I'm going to take Benefit Precisely my right in shade 5. And I'm going to try my absolute best to do more small, shorter strokes. I think because my eyebrows have also grown out, I've got regrowth underneath. This look looks especially good because it just looks kind of like bushy browed. Very, very, very natural. And you'll see that regrowth when I do the close-up shots for the freckles. It just kind of looks very natural. I also just kind of mimicked hair underneath for the regrowth, so it kind of goes with the natural kind of feeling of this look. I'm then going to use my Urban Decay Honey eyeshadow palette. This is a new eyeshadow palette. It's absolutely stunning. It's got obviously honey shades in it, and I'm going to take this warm kind of mustardy shade and pop it into my crease. I'm also going to take this into the inner corner area where you would start your nose contour. I always like to do this because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it just pulls the look in together. It looks very different in terms of pulling everything together with your eyes. And then I'm going to pop this same shadow underneath on my lower lash line as well, just because I can and because I like to. I'm then going to take a brown eyeliner pencil and pop this on my top lash line. The reason why I'm doing this is just to make my lashes look a little bit thicker afterwards. So I pop the liner on, then I take a small pencil fluffy brush and I blur it out. Then I go back over with my liner and then blur it out again, and it gives you like a really, really soft liner, and then I bring that out just a tiny bit to wing it. Then I'm going to take this Murad. This is a blotting liquid, I believe. It's a really, really weird concept, but works amazing. So it's got a sponge in it that is filled with liquid. I'm going to dab my beauty blender into it, and then I'm going to press this over the face area. I'm also on the area that I'm wanting to put freckles on, because I want this area to be more or less the most matte. Now you can see that when I'm dabbing the beauty blender, it looks quite wet, but it will dry completely matte. So this would be really good for my oily girls out there that get a little bit oily in the T-zone or wherever. You can apply this on top and it's going to help you remain matte throughout the day. I'm then going to take the Lottie London. This is a freckle tint, and I was so excited to use this. I've never actually used Freck, but I've heard that it's similar to that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dot the freckles everywhere around my nose area, and then taking it on to where you can see around my cheek area. Then I'm going to take a beauty blender and we're just going to dab. So keep dabbing and your beauty blender will pick up the product and it will also transfer it to look a lot more natural. Now, depending on personal preference, you can do as many freckles or as little freckles as you want, but this looks super, super natural. Like, I've actually got real life freckles, which I love and I adore. Let me know if I'm doing it correctly, because every other time I've done it, I've failed. So you can see here, I've got it a little bit thicker, a bit heavy-handed. So all you want to do is just keep going over with your beauty blender and it will tone it down. And because I've got a foundation on it, it will just blur it out. I'm also going to take a little bit on my forehead area just to have the freckles ongoing everywhere. That's where I wanted them, just forehead and the nose area and the cheek area. And then I've gone back in to do a little bit more freckles just to go a little bit darker, and I was really, really happy with this look. If you want freckles that are a little bit more noticeable, I know some of you guys like that look, then take a brown eyeliner and dab that over the top, and I've done a mixture of that too. I'm then going to take my Nip and Fab blusher palette and take the pink in there. I'm going to pop it over my nose, add a couple more freckles because I felt like I needed it. When you blend, you find that the more blending, the more you're going to lose the freckles, so you might need to go over them. For inner corner highlighter, of course, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use Kiko's. This is a shimmer stick by Kiko. I'm going to pop this into my inner corners and then blend that out using a pencil brush. And then for highlighter, I'm going to use the Ofra On The Glow highlighter palette on a big fluffy brush again, just so it's super, super airbrushed. Nothing is tight or restrained. Everything is very fluffy and airbrushed in this look. And I'm going to pop this on all the high points of the face, concentrating a lot on my cheekbones and nose area. And then applying a little bit of mascara. I'm going to use the Benefit Bad Girl Bang because I love this mascara. I was actually going to pop on lashes, but I just didn't feel like it went with the vibe of this look. Like, it's supposed to be very fresh. So I left that out, and I'm sure you guys can appreciate it because I never do no lashes. But here we are. And then I'm going to use this NARS lip
pencil, like a chunky lip liner pencil. I'm using it as a lipstick, and I believe it's called guisti. I can't pronounce that, but I'm going to pop that on and then really, really blur that out with my finger because I want kind of like a fresh, bitten lip. And then spraying a little bit of Makeup Revolution's Essence Spray and letting my hair down as well.
And that, guys, is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Also, follow me on Instagram. The links will be down below because I upload content. My top is going up. Content there every single day. And I love you guys so very much. I will see you in my next video. Mwah.